What's up, everybody? It is Kiki and Shy, and we are
Social Chicks.
Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast, the Social Chicks Podcast. And
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Only, period.
Period. And this is where we pick a topic that is near and dear to our hearts, just something we want to talk about, and we just get into it and we talk about it. We bring in a special guest and we jump right into it.
Yes, and tell them where they can find us, Kiki.
Okay, so there is a few places you can find us. So first, you want to subscribe to soXial.com. So it's www.soXial.com. You want to subscribe. You can watch our videos there. Also, our YouTube channel, which is under Social Chicks. You want to subscribe on Google Play, on iTunes, and on SoundCloud. It's all under Social Chicks.
Yes, and follow us on all social media platforms at soXialChix. Again, soXialChix. And that's on Instagram, and that's on
Snapchat.
No, Snapchat is different. No, it's Twitter different.
Yeah.
Oops. Thank you.
Snapchat. Snapchat and Facebook. Yeah, it's all the same. Like Shy said, soXialChix. And then our Twitter is just a little bit different. So it's soXial_CHIX.
Yep. And also, if you want to email us at soXialChix@gmail.com.
We get some really, really good and interesting emails from you guys.
Yeah, but
so
don't send those
keep them
interesting
coming.
ones anymore.
Don't make it too complicated.
Yes. And then don't send the interesting DMs anymore. You have to request it. Don't.
Because sometimes we just don't
weird.
want them. It gets a little bit weird, but it is what it is.
Okay.
All right. So, of course, we have a special guest.
Yes, our special guest today, and this is a good old friend of ours. Not old friend, but it's a good friend. And
Old
also
enough.
someone that has been supporting us for a while. She is fashion. She's a fashion blogger and a lifestyle blogger. Her name is Nikki.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Nikki. Tell everybody out there your information, your social media information, and also what you're all about.
Okay, so I'm a fashion and lifestyle blogger. I do a lot, mostly fashion, but I take lots of trips, and I've got 2 kids, and I'm a mom, and I just kind of show how, fashion and your lifestyle and everything doesn't have to stop at motherhood. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's at New Texacali, NEWTEXACALI, and that's also on Facebook. I'm not really a Twitter or a Snapchat user, so I don't
we're not
know
really
what to say
Twitter
about
either,
that, but they're all the same on there as well. And then my email is the same as well. It's newtexacali@gmail.com.
Nice. And we are so happy to have
And
you.
we're loving this shirt, and we're loving this heavy bang and this hair. Yes.
The push-up
Yes,
was
thank you.
everything.
That
Yes.
Yeah, the whole life.
Bridget Bardot, but let's not use her. Let's say who else did this? What sister?
I don't know. Let's give a Veronica Webb.
Yes.
Somebody, I don't know, something like that. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Because we did it all. First.
Yes.
Yes.
We did
We're
that
the
first.
first.
Mhm.
And the end.
Yeah.
And the best.
middle.
Right.
From beginning to end.
That's right.
All right. So shot
normally we take shots before the show. So we're going to take a shot to thank our lovely guests for coming to the show. Thank you, Nikki, for coming to Social Chicks.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Throw it on back.
You can see 2 moms being
No,
fabulous.
I don't do that often, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been a while for me. I felt it.
Yeah.
And not for me. I didn't feel it.
It's like water. Yeah. No big deal.
It was regular.
Yeah,
Right.
that was regular.
Let me sip.
Yes.
I
So
know, right?
today, our topic for our show, and let me just remind you guys, if this is your first time watching the show, every episode we have girl talk. So we'll have a topic and we'll discuss things that girls talk about. So this week, or this episode, our topic is defending your spouse, and the spouse can be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, from your family, defending from your family or your friends. So like being in a scenario like just say a person, your family just thinks this person is not good enough for you or whatever, and your family's against them. So how do you defend that? Like, what do you do about that? And I'm sure everybody's had that happen. Like, have you ever been in a situation, I know you're married now, but I know that you dated before. So have you ever been in a relationship that your family just totally didn't like a person that you were with?
Well, okay, so this whole thing is like a super loaded topic for me. Contrary to what anybody might believe, I didn't date a lot. I wasn't a dater. Like literally, my husband is like the third person I ever dated.
Oh, wow.
So, like the third.
Wow.
So there wasn't a whole lot of dating going on for me, and I've never had a problem with parents or family or anything like that with anybody that I've ever
Lucky
dated.
you.
However,
With the laugh.
Right.
when I started to date my husband and he brought me around his family, y'all, I'm 13 years younger than him. Okay? So I'm 36 now, but when we started dating, we've been together for 15 years, y'all. I was like 22.
Pressure.
And he's like upper 30s. And so, you know, the blacks don't crack. So when I came around, they thought I was like 18 years old.
Right.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
looking like a little girl, you know, when they brought him around. So immediately for him and his family, well, not for him, but for his family and friends, everybody was like,
Who is she?
why are you bringing this little girl around? And he didn't ever really bring women around, so they knew it was serious. And they're like, you serious with this young girl? So from jump, with my husband, I started off feeling like I constantly had to defend my age, my maturity level, like who I was as a person, why I worked retail, and why I didn't have a college degree. When you go into this family that has degrees, and this person is a neurosurgeon, and this person is an orthopedic surgeon, and this person is a dentist, and that kind of stuff. I was constantly on the defense because I felt like I was always being attacked, whether it was by my age, my education, or whatever. And this went on for a long time.
So they're more of
long
like,
time.
they're just I'm sure they're not anymore, but they were just really a judgy family.
It wasn't the entire family. There are a select few people that will stay nameless.
Of course.
Yeah,
But
we don't do names.
right.
But you know
But
who you are.
there were a few that were constantly a problem. And over the last years, probably about, and this didn't stop until probably about, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's been 15 years total.
Oh yeah.
Well, you have to
It
stop.
took that
Like
long.
when do they stop and say, well, this is real. They're together.
Well,
we have kids together.
you know when it stopped for us. Okay, so let me take y'all back too. I don't really hold any secrets, but there was at one point where everything, all of this stuff, this family stuff, and all this kind of stuff came to a head, and I actually filed for divorce. So we separated for about 6 months, and during that time, it's very tumultuous. Y'all just don't get a divorce. Just stay in it. It's awful. I don't wish divorce like that on anybody, especially when there's a child involved. It becomes a tug of war with your baby, and that's not what you want to do. But it got really bad, and then we made a full circle and came back around.
That's beautiful.
Got back together. And at that point, we were able to hash out a lot of things. And at that point, that's when I put my foot down and was like, you're going to have to say something to your family. I don't want to be disrespected anymore. If this is going to work, then you got to stand up for me.
And was that was like that was the issue. That was the main issue.
It was a lot of the issue.
See, that's
a lot.
crazy. Has that ever been like your main issue, you know?
Yeah.
You, Sean,
What do you mean? Like my main issue?
Like in a relationship, that like the big thing was like his family. You know?
Yeah, I've been in tons of, like, I'm different from Nikki. I've dated, and I'm still. She said 3. I say 300. Right. And so I've dated people and their family. They didn't like me. Sisters, friends. They didn't like me. But I always feel like that person needs to tell their family back the F off.
Absolutely.
Like you have to back off. And if they don't, then I don't think that you like me. I don't think this is worth fighting for. If you don't say anything to them, because then if I say something, I'm really out of line because you're supposed to say something. But if I have to say something, they're really not going to like me. So yeah,
They're really not this lady's
not
mouth.
this mouth.
And my husband would always say things like, well, that's between y'all. Actually, it's not between us.
Yeah.
It's between everybody. And if it's my problem, then it's your problem. We're married.
Yeah.
And if
need
I
you to
have an
realize
issue
that.
with it, then you need to say something.
Yeah.
If it's your sister, my husband does have 2 sisters.
Oh, that's hard.
That is
Sisters
hard,
are
yes.
really hard to deal with.
Yeah, it can be, but if your husband sets a boundary from the beginning about what you're not gonna do, what we're not gonna do in this house is, what you're not gonna do to my wife is 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna have that. When you see your sister or somebody, whoever it is in your family, jump a little flyer on, whatever, you put your foot down immediately. Like, we're not gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
I've never been married, and I can't really say like it's been an issue like with siblings, like the persons I was with siblings. But it was this one mama who was not. No,
You told me.
girl, because and what I think it was is that she was comparing me to her other son's girlfriend, and she was a doer. You know, like I'm a cook, I'm gonna clean, all in the mom's house. So I'm a cook.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna clean. Yeah, because I was like 19
Sucker.
maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I was young. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and that was never me. Like, what you gonna make for dinner, boyfriend?
Right.
You know?
No, this is your house. Like, I'm not gonna come over here and your mom's here
in
and
your
I'm
mom's
cooking
house.
Like that. Like, that's not gonna
yeah,
happen.
like,
But
like
y'all
it
were
was
young. He could live with his
Yeah.
mom. I mean,
just- he was older.
But
Oh, okay.
grown.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
I'm saying now, like how Nikki's saying, especially married. Like I haven't experienced
Yeah.
the marriage thing. Like that's really hard.
Yeah.
Like I would probably want to get a divorce because I'm like, I don't want to take you from your family, but I'm your family now,
yeah.
and it's
your
hard to
number one priority,
choose.
yeah.
It's hard to choose.
Well, you should come first. Your
Absolutely.
spouse should come first. And I'm very close with my sister. You know what I mean? And there have been times where it's just been like, no, you know, and it's hard. It's
Hey,
hard to do
sister,
that to
that's
the-
our sister.
We left her.
hard
That's
to-
our sister. These are two sisters, Nikki
Yes.
and Lauren, are our sisters.
It's hard to do it, but you have to because you got married. And when you got married, you vowed or whatever to put that person first. It's just the way that it works.
It's
Now,
just so hard.
it is
though.
hard.
It's so hard to have your family that you've been around all your life, and you meet this perfect person. To you, they're perfect, and your family's so against them. It's something that they see because sometimes the family is right. They'll see something in somebody, and it's something that
Or
you're
friend.
so in love with this person, and your family's like, oh, it's something about this person. They see something bad, and sometimes they're right about it. But let me experience it.
well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, but you have to learn too at some point. And sometimes, you know, I think sometimes your family does know what's best for you, but
Let me
let you figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we can create things, or people can create things like unknowingly. Like if I come to Shy's my best friend, if I come to her and I'm saying, you know, Joe Schmo did this, this, and this, and
Oh,
this,
this
and I'm
is
crying,
regular
and
for
it's
us.
this, and it's that, and it's this. Well, I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like what he's
And
doing.
I'll
to
never
you.
like him.
Yeah, so that can create some sort of conflict too. But you want to be able to share with
Yeah.
your people what you're going through. But then at the same time, it's like, do I limit it? You know, do I not say anything? I have to say something.
Well, so what y'all gonna do when one of y'all get married? What are y'all gonna do? Are you gonna say that? Look, this is how it is. That's my bestie. This is just how it's gonna be. Do you go into your marriage saying that?
That's not the
Or
first time
do
somebody
you
asked me that.
say-
Nikki. They always ask me.
Yeah.
Say, you and Shy are so close.
Yeah, like, what are you
and
gonna
Kiki
do?
are so close. Like, what are you gonna do when one of y'all get married? Or y'all get in like a serious? But I've been in serious relationships. She has too, and
not so much.
But has it ever been the downfall of your serious relationship? Like, why she always got to bring her friend around? Why she always got to?
they say that, but those people don't stay around. Those people are not good people.
But what if
you're
that's
trying
the
to
reason why you're not married?
we're not together like that? Like, if
Okay.
I have a boyfriend, I'm with my
Well,
boyfriend.
you may not want to be married, so I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
I might want to one day.
okay.
Right.
Yeah,
When
I don't know.
I'm not moving and shaking, so I might want to sit down.
Yeah.
And I've been asked,
Maybe.
but I'm just like, I'm not ready. I'm just not ready. But people have had an issue with that. And those people, like I said, those people don't end up, they don't last.
Okay.
Like, I think if you're trying to separate me from my best friend,
Right,
then
then
that's a
no,
problem.
that's
Because we're
no.
not
Right.
together all the time. She likes to stay home. I like to stay home. I like to run the streets a lot. She's a mom.
Right.
And so she doesn't come all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
what am I going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, like
Let
we
me think
said,
about
like
my answer.
Yeah.
yeah,
As
like
I
well,
sweat under these lights. I melt.
But it is what it is. See,
Yeah.
so if we are getting to the point where we're that serious, you already know how me and her get down. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
No, don't say get down, because we don't get down.
We don't rock. we don't rocking. But you
Why
know,
should you say
but
pause?
you know how we get down. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's my G. So it is what it is. Like you can take that or leave that. But the thing is that if you're trying to pull me away from her, if you're trying to separate us,
Because
that's
some
the
people try to
problem.
do that. I think even with families, some people try to control their wives and try to separate them from their friends.
Well, I
and
think
family.
that's why it's important to really know who it is you're marrying.
Mhm.
Because, like, my
Absolutely.
husband will say, you need some friends. Like,
Look, take her.
you need some friends. Like, go, like, go hang out with someone. Like, he doesn't want to sit around always and listen to me talk about stuff. You know,
Yeah.
the stuff that we talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he'll be like, you know, you need some friends. You need to go out. And when I do go out, he's very supportive and be like, yeah, go. Don't worry about it. You know, I
Right.
call home. He's like, why are you calling? Like, go out. Like,
Stay.
stop calling. I'm fine. You know, but that's why it's like I said, it's important to know who you marry. Like, if you marry somebody and they want to include you in everything, you know, or like, oh, we're taking a trip, why don't you? You know, they gotta be like that.
Yeah, and I will say this, like personally for us, like my relationships I get tired a lot. Like I don't want to do it
Kiki
anymore.
gets so bored with people so quick.
Like,
She's just
I'm
like, oh,
over
he
it.
sneezed and I hated
Aren't you a
it.
Gemini?
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
how we do.
Yeah.
That's how
I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, Kiki, why don't you date such and such? We went on a date. I don't like him
didn't like
anymore.
that.
Yeah, no.
And
he
I'm like,
scratched his
call
back.
him. Maybe you should just try it. And she's like, no,
Yes.
I don't
But,
get it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm working on myself. You know, it is what it is. But I will say, like, Shy has been in like a serious relationship before, and I felt
few.
like the person, and I'm thinking of like one specific person, even though it's been more, but I'm thinking of one specific person, and it was always because you know how we are. Call Kiki. What's Kiki doing? You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of
So
times
it's
my
always
guys
been-
are like so tired of me. And so they're so tired of me. They're like, call Kiki to come too. Because they don't want to talk about
I don't
what
want
I'm
to talk about. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about shirts and reality shows
Yeah.
and dresses and hair.
Right.
No, babe,
Right.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just call Kiki.
The
Y'all
best
drink,
kind
and
of
I can
talk.
just sit up and laugh at y'all stupid asses.
Right.
That's you know.
That's the best kind of talk. I
Yeah,
don't know why
but
anybody would
I've
want
dated guys. Like I said, I've dated guys, and they're like, "You guys are always together. What do y'all do?
Yeah.
Hanging
Yeah.
out? Why?
Right.
Oh, you going out with Shy again? Yeah. Who else? Am
Yeah,
I-
who else am I going with?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
like-
you have that good friend that's that loyal person, that's the person you don't have to worry about. Like, what's the issue? Like, you can't. Yeah, if you want to take me on a date, babe, let's just go. But don't bring up my friend. She
Right.
doesn't have to come. She doesn't want. And then a lot of times she doesn't even like you. So shut up.
But y'all are okay. Y'all would be okay with like kind of like if you needed to. Sometimes you got to put that person, your bestie, like on the back burner a little bit.
I've moved away. I
Okay.
moved to Miami, and
Okay.
so Kiki was here.
Yeah.
And so I was living with somebody I was in a serious relationship with, and that's kind of like putting her on the back burner.
Yeah.
I wasn't coming home like that. I
Yeah.
was in Florida.
Okay.
And then too, I think it relate like our female relationships matter too. I don't feel like I'm on the back burner. This is still my friend. She's just
Right,
not here.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And like you decided that you wanted to make this move because you wanted to, you know, get more serious with somebody. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I may call you a little
Yeah,
more.
we're gonna talk. Yeah,
I may
we're gonna talk.
harass
but-
you from afar a little bit more, but yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's good just to know where you stand.
Yep.
Period.
And
It's
then-
great when you be like, I don't have to worry about that.
And then, like, just going back to like your friends not liking that person. She's not liked people that I've been with,
Yeah.
and I've really not liked the person. People that she, I really not like people that she dated.
Now, how does that work?
I just don't really like them.
Wait a minute.
But it's always things that she's told me. Like, that's what my mom always tells me about. Like, if you have a man, and my mom always says, don't tell me and your dad everything, because we're going to still hate him, and you're going to still be in
That's
his
true.
face.
Yeah.
That's true.
And when you bring him around, mama, such and such, I brought him.
Right.
We don't
Yeah.
have to like him. You have to like him. But
Exactly.
you shouldn't have told us that petty shit that
What
you
they
told
did,
us.
yeah.
And it's petty
That's
shit.
right, it
Like, we'll
is.
tell him, oh, he said this. He said, shut up to me.
Right.
They're going to be mad. Like, why was he saying that to you?
I learned that lesson the hard way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But do y'all watch that show 90 Day Fiance?
Yes.
Okay, so you
seen
know
that.
Pau, the girl that's on there, that's from Colombia, and her boyfriend is from Oklahoma. You
I-
haven't-
I don't-
oh my
I don't
God.
know that. I don't
Okay,
know
so
that.
they're in a situation like
Okay.
this. The best friend her best friend, who is a man, does not like her husband, and they tried to go out, and I mean, they almost got into a fist fight over it. And her best friend said, "You need to choose me or him." I was like, and she had a hard time.
Wow.
She was struggling. And I was like, well, you're married, though. I mean, like, that shouldn't be a
But
tough
wait,
mistake.
this is the 90-day thing,
But
right?
they're already married.
But they're already
though.
married.
This
They,
is
they've
after
already got
the-
married.
after
Yeah,
the
they're
wedding.
continuing the
After
show.
90 days.
Yeah.
This
Uh-huh.
is like the
Oh, okay.
extension of the show.
Right.
So we get
Yeah.
to know each other within the 9 days and decide if we want to marry each other.
Yeah, because you
Yep.
need citizenship. You have to get married because they're from another country.
Yeah. And
Oh.
after that, this is the spinoff of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who
okay.
you're talking about now.
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, the best friend was like, you have to choose me or him. I don't see how that is a thing.
I've never, like I said, like you were asking me, like, what do I do? Like, I didn't like someone Kiki was with. And I was just like, you told me enough about that person. Don't bring them around.
Right.
Me, I don't have to be around. When y'all go on your dates, don't call me and be like, girl, we're at the after party. This
Right.
such and such. Come over here. No, I'm good. You can tell me this is where I'm at just in case it's an emergency, but I don't want to come. And then if he comes around, I don't say hi to him.
Uh-oh. Now, how does that work?
But then he
out?
knows, though. He knows well. And then I'm going to be honest, and Kiki's honest with those people, too. And she's like, well, I told her what happened between me and you. That's my best friend.
But see, when that kind of stuff happens, I wonder how does that affect your relationship with the boyfriend
He
or
bet
whatever
not
at
say
the
nothing
time.
about Kiki.
I
And
know.
They
but
bet
then
not.
now she's sitting there trying because she's gonna defend you. Like
Right.
you're her best friend, she's gonna defend
Right.
you. So
I
then
think the world
that
knows
causes
that.
y'all
Right.
to get into an argument because you're defending her.
And so the thing about it is I can only speak from what I've been through, and none of them were worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not around now, you know?
Well,
So-
see, that's how, like, for me with my husband and this particular family member, he would defend this person and say things like, well, that's just how she is.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, but what about that's just how I am? So she can be her, she
Sure.
can be
You better
herself, but I
preach it.
can't be myself. Like it's okay for her to do that, but not for me. You know, why do we make so many excuses for the things that she does because it's her?
No.
But I can't be me. So I stayed away for a long time. You know, it would be holidays and stuff like that. I would just
Y'all have
I'd
to
be
do
at the
holidays
house.
separate.
Well, we didn't do it separately. They could go, but I would.
Yeah.
Say, oh, where's Nikki? She's at the
So
house.
when you see this person now, like, how is it?
I mean, I get along because it's important for my husband to see us get along. But he knows exactly how I feel. He's very clear on the way that I feel.
Well, he needs to
About it.
check them. I wonder if he
He
has.
did.
Oh, he did?
No,
Ooh.
he handled it, and it was it wasn't the best sight, but the thing, it wasn't. Yeah, you know, it wasn't like the best thing because you know, in a way, I felt bad, but in the other side, I felt like. You know how, like, as a woman, like, when your man stands up for you, you're like, yes, yes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Tonight.
You know, then I was like, okay, you know, because he stood up for me,
Yeah.
you know, and it was really the first time in 10 years where I had seen him,
Yeah.
like, really stand up for me and
Yeah.
be like, no, you're not about to do that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You're not about to talk to her like that. No.
Oh.
So then, yeah. Then
Thank
I was
you,
like,
babe.
oh, okay, yeah. you
And
know?
but then is it a thank you, or is like that kind of what you're supposed to do anyway?
It's both.
Yeah.
It is what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It absolutely is what
Your
he's
man is
supposed,
supposed to
to do.
defend you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protects, right?
Protect you.
Over
Yeah.
everything. I'm not saying that I've never been out of line for something or shouldn't
Right.
have said something, but at the end of the day, he has to defend me.
Have you ever said something to that person? Did you ever get nasty with that
Not-
person and say, let me tell you something?
No, and I should have. I should have.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't think that person should say anything. I think like their spouse is supposed to say something.
Well, for
like-
example, let me give y'all an example of actually what one of the many things that happened. Okay, so as we already said, it's very clear my husband is older than me. So we're all sitting at the table and everybody's talking about growing a beard. I like my husband with a beard, okay? I just do. His beard is gray. I don't care if people say he looks like Santa Claus. I said I
he's
like
your
it.
Santa.
Right. I think it looks nice. So we were all sitting at the table talking, and this certain person says, I know why Nikki likes a beard. It's because she just likes older men.
Okay. We know.
And I'm
that,
like,
sis.
Yeah. We talked.
Or bro,
Right.
whoever.
That's interesting, but it's more like one of those nasty, nice, you know, those people that make
Nice,
those like
nasty.
nasty, yeah, you know, comments, and then they want to laugh and be like, "Well, what are you mad at? I was
Yeah,
just
it was a joke.
joking."
Victim.
No, you
Now they're
weren't.
the victim.
You weren't joking, and that's not funny. It's not funny. Like,
I don't see the amusement.
yeah,
in it,
it's not funny.
And what did
because
you say?
It was a snide comment. Again, that's one of those times when I probably should have said something, but I didn't.
You should have got
To
your
keep
full
the
blown
peace.
shy on. Push that back. Now let me tell you, then I would have told
Right.
everybody off at the table for laughing.
They didn't,
Right.
I would've
they
went
didn't even
down.
say nothing.
And
then
you-
Right.
And then you Rob.
Right. Exactly.
It just
But
would have been weird.
I
After
know.
that. Then I would have sat down and say, pass the liquor.
Right.
So are we acting normal?
Yeah, we're normal because I've already
telling
read
you.
everybody at the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, but it's situations like that, and I've
You're
had to
so
mature.
sweet, Nikki.
No, I had to mature.
Well.
You know, you get mature, and then you learn how to give somebody a nice read.
Uh-huh.
Where I am in the space I am today, that's probably what she would have gotten. Where I was then,
You grew up.
I just was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I mean, my feelings are hurt. I didn't like that she said that. You know, I told my husband later, but I mean, now if we were there, then Yeah.
I think when you get older, you just start not caring
Yeah,
about
that
like
too.
I'm gonna say whatever I want to say,
Yeah.
and you can just go with it, or I don't care
Right.
what you do.
That's right.
Me being 39 now, I'm just like I'm gonna say whatever, and if I feel like apologizing, I will. If not, I don't know if that's a
Maybe.
sin,
I
but
don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm not. This is how I feel. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So, but
Take it or
leave me the
leave
hell
it.
alone.
Yeah.
Then.
Right. And that's what I said. Just leave me alone. Why is there always some type of commentary on anything that I say?
Because you're
or
bummed. That
do,
person is a hater,
or
Nikki.
just-
I'm sorry.
Just leave me alone. Let me be.
She's a hater.
You know? Let me
I want to be honest with you. That's
know?
what it was. She was
Well,
hating.
I mean, that's
He
kinda-
was
or
cute.
I
You
don't
was a
know.
tenderoni, and
Yeah.
so she was just like jealous.
I mean, I guess. But yeah, I've experienced
said I
that.
guess.
So
Well, I'm being honest.
so much, and have learned so much. Like I said, I went through. I mean, that's not the only person either. There's friends and
They try to say
you
slick
know.
stuff.
I mean, lots of people do. Like
Oh God, people have to.
you have to
grow up. Worry
understand.
about
I'm the young girl, coming in, and I don't want to say anything mean, but you've got some of these women who maybe have let go of self-care.
I
So
get
it's
it.
not a priority
Yeah.
to them, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But it
Yeah.
is to me.
Yes.
So when I walk in the room,
looking
You
like a
feel a certain
model,
way.
they feel some type of way.
and
not
it's
judging
immediate.
you.
It's immediate.
And I've
It's
never
like-
known you to judge anybody. I've never heard like you're not
Never.
nasty or anything.
Right.
with people.
So, but
it's-
it's an immediate, like a self-conscious thing,
Uh-huh.
and that's when I think like, they get in their little groups or whatever, and they want to talk, or when I'm in the conversation, girl, you don't know nothing about that. I remember before I didn't have kids, and it was like, girl, you don't know nothing. You weigh that much now, but wait till you have kids. And I'm like,
hey.
but I have two though.
Wait, where?
And now what?
And then she brought it in.
And now
Yeah.
what?
Too.
Yeah. And where is
I love
it
it,
though?
Nikki said.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh, wait till you have kids, or wait till you have, and my husband be sitting around not saying anything, and I'm just like,
Boo.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think a
up.
lot of it is too because your husband is like a known person around the city.
Maybe.
So, and maybe not.
Yeah.
Then, but I'm gonna say it, and then people might feel a certain type of way about that. People are haters.
True.
Just like, okay, she didn't get fat and she had kids.
And
I
it
got a
doesn't,
problem
it
with
doesn't stop at friends,
Thank you.
It's family
Yeah.
can be some
Girl.
haters.
Yeah, it's just people are weird. So the moral of the show is mind your damn business.
The
And
end.
leave people alone
The
and
end.
stop hating on people just
Yeah.
because they're with somebody. I can understand you not liking somebody because they're doing something
a
abusive to
reason.
your friend or family
Yeah.
member,
Yep.
or you've seen them do something. Because I haven't liked people. Like I have a friend and I used to see her husband doing stuff.
Oh, well then. yeah.
Girl, and I was just like,
Did you tell her?
I never could say anything because he would hurry up and say something. But then I didn't want to look like I was saying something after the fact because I'll see him and he'll go right home and say, oh, I saw Shy.
Oh, yeah.
But I never saw him do anything crazy. And then I used to pull him aside and get him together.
He's a serial cheater. He knew exactly what
but
to do.
girl, I used to
Uh-huh.
threaten him. I used to say, let me tell you something. If I ever catch you do this, I'm going to cut you. I'm going to do this. And he's just like,
Girl, I heard one of the conversations.
yes.
I was so uncomfortable.
And so he would always hurry up and go home and say, oh, I was with such and such. And he was talking to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I saw Shy crazy. She going to try to pull me aside and threaten me. But I was over there with such and such and his girlfriend.
See, he already
me
knew
clear
what
it
to
up.
do.
Yeah, real fast. But guess what? That never worked. In the
Yeah.
end, they're not together.
Okay.
But if I
Yeah.
would have saw him doing something, it would have been a problem. I would have called her right
Yeah.
then and there. But I didn't have a good enough evidence. I saw him being sneaky.
Yeah, you could just tell. You
Yeah,
just knew.
he was an asshole. So
Yeah.
whatever.
I like it.
Like it.
like
I
our
want you and your sister to
conversations.
come.
Yeah,
So we have to figure out her schedule because she's
let's do it.
Yeah.
she's
She's
everything.
a traveling woman.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
I know.
she gets it
Yeah.
in.
Two
Oh, yeah.
supermodel
Wow.
sisters.
Always.
What do you
somewhere.
do?
Yeah.
Supermodel mom, supermodel business lady. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all there. So, our quotes.
Yeah, so the quote for this show is I found that growing up means being honest about what I want, what I need, what I feel, and who I am.
That's right.
So that was just what I was talking
Yep.
about.
Exactly what
You
you
just don't
said.
care anymore.
Yep.
And it's not to be mean. Like, I don't want to be, like, when I get older, I don't want to be like the mean older lady that always says some stuff and you be like, she always saying mean shit.
Ooh.
But I want to
know
always
some.
say something that sticks and something that people learn from.
That's right.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
I want to be like an OG, like the guys call them OGs. I want
And
to be that
sometimes
person.
the lesson is mind your business. Like
Yeah.
you said,
Absolutely.
sometimes that is
mind
the
your
lesson.
business, but don't mind your business if it's something that's hurting somebody you love.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Check that person first. Check them.
Yeah.
Right.
check them. Look, check.
Yeah.
check the
your
person.
friend.
Yeah. And then call your friend and say, I'm letting you know right now. I just had to tell Bob Bob off because I saw him doing this.
Right.
If he really wasn't doing that, I'm sorry. But if he was, I'm letting you know.
But
I did my job.
Yeah.
And you take that
You
the way
mine.
you want to take it. You're mine. I love you. Your heart.
Yep.
I love you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yay, ladies.
Absolutely. Good conversation.
Yes, love everybody's insight on that. So, once again, you guys, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms, right?
Yes.
So, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat is Social Chicks, so SOXIALCHIX, and then our Twitter is SOXIAL_CHIX. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe to every platform that you can watch and subscribe us on. As well.
iTunes, Google Play, and watch us on our website and YouTube.
And YouTube. And make sure that you subscribe to our website, you guys. And that's the same as well, www.socialchicks.com. We love it. Give us feedback. Talk to us. Let us know anything you want to talk about because we'll get into it.
Yes, and Nikki,
That's
give
right.
them your information and where they can find you, look at you, admire you, and love you.
She's
Okay,
wonderful.
so my website. Let's start with my website this time because my website's a little different. It's New Texas-Cali Gal because clearly
'Cause she
New Texas-Cali
country
was already
gal.
taken. Yeah,
I like a gal.
exactly. That's right. Texas, born and raised, Seguin, Texas. Thank you
Hey.
very much.
Yes.
And then my Instagram is going to be at New Texas-Cali, and that's like I said, the same on Facebook and also the same on Twitter.
Yes.
And she's ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is ours.
Yes.
So
I love
thank you
coming
for
here.
supporting us
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
love
All
coming
the
here.
time.
Always.
All the time.
So fun.
And for being here. So,
Yep. Remember when I met y'all at that henna thing?
Aw,
Yes.
How long ago was
Flashback.
that?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
yeah,
maybe, a year or
we
two
love
it
ago.
was like exactly 2 years
Yeah.
ago. This was my birthday.
Exactly.
Yes.
Uh-huh. It was your birthday
Uh-huh.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to feel some type of way. I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OG
We get
crybaby.
sentimental.
Look, I was hardcore just a minute ago.
We get so sentimental. Yes. So again, subscribe, watch us, and thank you, Nikki, so much for being our
Thank
guest.
you.
We're
Yes.
gonna bring her back, you guys, because
so.
she's bomb.
Yes.
Super
but
duper
with
bomb.
sister, and then we can have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so it is Kiki and Shy, and we are
Social Chicks.
Later.
Bye.